Hello and welcome to the TCF Morning Show. It is Tuesday, September 15th, and today I am joined by Boomy at Boomy TCF, and I am at Zach Lilia at Z Lilia TCF. Tonight we are going to be talking. We got a little fun fact about Alec Mills' no-hitter from the other night. We got the White Sox have a big series coming up here with the Twins that we'll get into. We got some Monday Night Football talk. It is going on as we speak, as we record. Secret. We don't want to record in the morning. And we also got a little NBA talk. And the biggest subject of this will be a little Major League Baseball talk. It has nothing to do with a specific team. It has to do with what they're doing to celebrations and what they are not going to allow. And then we wrap it up with a little Boomy's Wacky web story. If you want to follow us, the main page on Twitter is at @typical_Chicago. Instagram, Facebook, just type in Typical Chicago Fans. Follow us on there. Go over to YouTube, type in Typical Chicago Fans, and subscribe to the YouTube page. Wherever you get your podcast from, just type in Typical Chicago Fans. You will find us on there. If it's Apple, subscribe, rate, and review, please. Please give us that little 5-star rating. If it's Spotify, give us a follow. Anywhere else, like you said, just type it in. You will find us on there. Shout out to 26shirts.com Chicago. If you want get a shirt, a hat, or a flag, go there and at checkout type in Typical Chicago Fans and you will get 15% off of your purchase. Again, that is Typical Chicago Fans. At checkout, you'll get 15% off of your purchase. If you go over to 26shirts.com Chicago. Again, that is Typical Chicago Fans. 15% off of your purchase. Follow them on all social medias. Boomy, how you doing on this Tuesday?
Hey man, doing great. Weeks off to a good start. We got Monday Night Football back. Football in full is back. Cubs are back in in the hunt of things this week. So, man, can't complain. And the weather is still beautiful. So there's nothing I got to complain about, brother.
Yeah, we're kind of getting some fall weather. I don't know if it's gonna last very
It's gonna be
long.
80 today, I think.
So it will not last long, apparently. But like I
Exactly.
said, we got plenty of sports to talk about, plenty of sports to watch. So it is a great time for the TCF morning show. But let's get into our first topic. Like I said, it's be a quick one here. Alec Mills threw a no-hitter. A little fun fact. Fun facts. First of all, there's been 2 no-hitters in Milwaukee by the Chicago Cubs. Carlos Zambrano, Alec Mills. The Milwaukee Brewers have 0. They have 0. Just so you know, and one of them wasn't even against the Milwaukee Brewers. We were just kind
Yeah.
of borrowing their stadium while we played the Astros while there was a hurricane going on. But yes, there's been 2 no-hitters at Wrigley North.
Yeah, that's got to be a little demoralizing. I mean, it's even
I
just the
mean,
slightest.
they give away tickets at
Yeah,
Subway.
that's true. They give away tickets at Subway, so it's not like it's the most demoralizing thing they've done as an organization. But yeah, to have no, and they've been there a pretty long time. I mean, we're probably talking close to 35, 40 years that they've been in Milwaukee, and they've had 0 no-hitters thrown. And they've had some really good pitchers go in and out. I mean, CC pitched for them for a year. They've also had some other guys. Ben Sheets had some good years. But to have nobody in the organization throw a no-hitter in the time you've been there is a little bit of a kick below the belt.
Yeah, but it's only really the 16th for the Cubs in their history. And then the last one was Jake Arrieta. He had 2.
Yep.
But I think it was just a very weird no-hitter in the fact of like the Cubs were winning by so much you didn't even realize what was going on. The Bears game was going on, so it was like a weird whole like a culmination of everything like that. But then you figure it out. We get to have some fun after the big Bears win. Also, I'm trying to figure out some other fun facts about it. The Cubs and the White Sox have the only no hitters in
Yeah.
in baseball right now. And that's
I mean,
fun.
that is just a nice, resemblance of how, and we complain about, how the Cubs have been inconsistent lately, but at the end of the day, they still have a 4-game lead. They look like they're still going to make the playoffs. I mean, barring something insane happening, and obviously the White Sox have the best record in the American League right now. So it just kind of speaks to the volume of, what the quality of baseball in Chicago has been. And like I said, we complain a lot, but if you take a quick step back and just take in where we were, 6, 7, 8 years ago. It beats the hell out of that. That's for sure.
Yeah, we're talking about maybe a crosstown World Series. So we'll see how that goes. But you were talking about the White Sox. Let's get into it. The White Sox have a big week ahead of them. They ended with the Reds, which isn't that big, but they have a 4-game series with the Twins. I mean, this is crunch time here. There's about 15 games left in the season. And you got to have this series. You can't be giving this one away. We got tonight or yesterday they had Dylan Cease on the mound against Berrios. I mean that's a tough matchup there for the White Sox. But Dylan Cease has pitched well.
Yeah. Ever since the Cubs series, it feels like that he's been not great, but he's been on top of things and getting the job done. And that's really all you can ask out of a kid that's his second year in the majors.
This offense is always coming to play, but if they want to win this division, they gotta get this series. They gotta. I mean, you would take a split, but you want to win this series and get a little bit of a commanding lead in this division.
Yeah. Especially since it's at home, it's on the south side, and like you said, the Reds seems like a fairly inconsequential series. But if they see Bauer, who's pitched really well this year, and it looks like it'll be Cease versus Bauer on Saturday, you're going to have to stay level with them because the Twins and the Cubs play, so it's not going to be a guaranteed win for the Twins. So you're going to have to stay afloat with a team like that, and also I believe the Indians are in Detroit, so. A little bit of a rivalry going on there. So it's not like you can even take that, Red series off because if they get going, man, they're going to cause the Sox some problems. But like you said, we're so close to the end. You got to keep your nose to the grindstone and, try and finish this thing out right. The Sox after tonight will only have 13 games left in their season.
Yeah, Cubs had Monday off, but we'll get back at it against the Indians on Tuesday. Again, we don't need to be losing the series. We need to be winning all the games we can because this division can get closer and closer by the day. And we don't need every year it's close and it's gross. It gets to be hurt your heart. But let's move on. We're kind of talking about it at the beginning of the show. MLB bans alcohol from celebrations for playoff teams this year. Or if you move on during the playoffs, I don't get this. This is stupid. Like what? So no alcohol. The coronavirus. We're good. Or is that? I don't even know what the point of it would be.
Yeah, I mean, maybe like the way they look at it is maybe like if you take a drink out of a beer and then you give it to another guy and drink out of it. But I don't think a lot of that goes on. They usually have like, just cart or tubs full of them, and they're just dumping it on each other. So I don't know. I think this is just kind of one of those excessive measures that makes it seem like they're.
I don't even know what measure that would even take. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah. Like these guys are already doing so well. I mean, you've seen the COVID numbers in MLB fall apart basically, and obviously you don't want to take the risk of it coming back. But still, I mean, you've done well. These guys have been doing a great job since the Indians fiasco with quarantining, and I just think this is unnecessary. I mean, I might be wrong,
especially because you get to have a little fun after you clinch or if you move on or something. You said everyone's been taking the right safety precautions and everything. And they're going to take that away? I mean, come on, man. Like,
it's very like throwing the baby out with the bathwater. Yeah.
It makes no sense. So MLB, shame on you for the no fun league. They're having the no fun playoffs.
No kidding.
That's the best part about when you like clinch a division and everyone's got the goggles on and they're talking in the interviews and I don't know. Stupid. If they don't allow the World Series to do it, you're just dumb.
Oh,
you're
that's
just dumb.
a shame.
You're an idiot.
That's a shame.
Come on. Monday Night Football, we're watching the Steelers and the Giants. The Giants are up. The Steelers are up 19-10 because they're. I think it's a Boswell. I think that's the kicker for the Steelers. He had
Chris Boswell.
Yeah, he had. I don't think he missed a PAT all last year. Misses one tonight. It's just weird how that happens.
Well, you gotta admit, like these guys haven't kicked in live game action.
It's kind of farther back. It got farther back.
Your guy Cody Parkey got signed because of the Browns couldn't kick a field goal yesterday.
And they think Cody Parkey's going to help. What? That's so stupid. Thing. Good. What are you doing? Ugh.
Yeah, I kind of thought so too. But
I saw that and I laughed. And I cried.
Yeah, absolutely. But you're definitely seeing, like, granted, the NFL being back is obviously what a lot of us needed. But, man, the quality of play in certain games has just been atrocious.
Yeah.
You can tell that the lack of preseason
has been fun, though. You can tell.
I'm not disagreeing at all. But, like, you got to admit the quality hasn't been like a normal week one.
Especially you can tell the teams have got new players on it, and it'll take a little bit. But it's probably the sport that's resembled itself the most.
Yeah. I don't disagree. And but even like you said, that's a great point. Look at the Buccaneers, who on paper have just as much talent as anybody, and they just couldn't figure it out. And it's like you almost think like if these guys had 4 weeks of preseason to, even if they're only playing one drive, then a quarter, then a half, I feel like eventually they're going to figure it out. You just hope now for a team like that. And there's plenty of other teams that just didn't look very good, that they figured out, sooner rather than later. So they're not, looking at, being 8-8 and trying to kick into the playoffs, too late.
Yeah. And then we also have the Broncos and Titans in
two teams that were like
the Tennessee
kind of
Titans.
Oddly, that they're like that underdog, sleeper team. Obviously, the Titans made it to the AFC Championship. I shouldn't even say sleeper, but they're resting a lot of hopes on Derrick Henry, because if not, that means Ryan Tannehill has to throw the ball around. So Denver's supposed to be kind of that surprise. Everybody, has really hyped them up. Drew Lock is a lot of fun, but I think those two are two teams that we could see, approaching the playoffs. So
yeah, it should be a good game. It's the late game on Monday. It's always nice that first week you have two Monday Night Football games, but it's two teams that you just, what you're getting from the Titans sometimes, but it's two teams that could have a big year and two teams that could maybe not have a big year. It's like,
there are two teams that could easily go
ways.
6-10 or 5-11, or they could go 10-6.
Sorry.
Very, very
Steelers.
I guess
Steelers
teams.
Big Ben. I don't get it.
I just don't like the guy.
I just don't get how he keeps. How is he playing football? Like, his body should not work.
No.
It's crazy.
Go look up all the surgeries that Ben Roethlisberger.
There's actually, I think there's a documentary he has out about himself.
Yeah, I hear him talk about it on Pardon My Take. I'm not watching that. I am not wasting 5 minutes watching.
So in the NBA tonight, we have a big night of the NBA. It took the night off on Monday, but Tuesday night we have the first game of the Eastern Conference Finals in the Heat and the Celtics, and then we have Game 7, Nuggets and the Clippers. They're taking a night off here. We had one game Sunday, which you didn't even know happened. I don't know if anyone knew it happened. But it's going to be a nice Tuesday night. No football. We got all NBA. We got big games. I'm excited because I'm excited for this Celtics Heat series, and I'm excited for any Game 7.
Well, think about it this way, Zach. It's also a great bridge. We have Monday Night Football tonight. Then we're not supposed to have football again until Thursday. These two games on Tuesday is the perfect bridge to get that gap. And man, I got a Carmelo Anthony Nuggets jersey over there that I will definitely be wearing. I hate the Clippers. I want the Nuggets to win so bad.
Like you said, the Nuggets quietly won Game 6 that no one, I don't think, in the world knew what was going on.
I legit, until we recorded last night, did not realize
that couldn't
that
have
game.
been. You couldn't have put that game at a worse time. What are you thinking? Noon on a Sunday?
They should have played it at
1.
10 a.m. before all the other NFL games.
Oh my gosh! Come on, Giants, make a play. Boomy, do you got a wacky web story for us tonight?
Of course I do, and we can all agree that 2020 has not been the best year, probably of any of our lifetimes. But I'm going to need Russian scientists to really take a step back on this one because it has a possibility of going from bad to worse.
2024. I'm talking about. I saw somebody said about the vaccine not being ready till 2024. I didn't thought that was it.
Oh, I didn't see that. I had seen that the vaccine might be ready for by the end of October.
Yeah, somebody was trying to say 2024.
Yeah. Oh God, don't even put that into existence, Zach. But either way, in the Russian Arctic, they have found a perfectly preserved remains of an Ice Age cave bear. It is the first example of the entire species to have ever been found with soft tissue intact. So it is believed to be as many as 13,500 years old. You've seen, different movies where they find different diseases in the permafrost. And that's kind of what happened here is the ice is starting to melt in some of these different parts. And they found a basically 40,000-year-old bear. So let's not go crazy here. It's about as far north in Russia as humanly possible, or where people live. And you know what? That's great. We found it. Let's put it in a freezer and not touch it for about, at least 6 months. Because if we start doing science experiments on this thing and more diseases break out or somebody gets crazy with the cloning machine, we don't need this breaking out. We don't need more Ice Age Arctic bears. Just let's sit on this one for a while and let it fester.
Don't ever think that couldn't happen.
Yeah.
Because you just don't know. 2020 is a crazy
10 months ago, if you'd have said we'd basically have the whole world shut down for a pandemic, you'd have checked me into a crazy bin.
Yeah.
Be like, you're out of your mind, dude. But yeah, let's take it easy on
possible, I guess, nowadays.
Yeah, let's take it easy on the
let's just take it easy.
Science. Let's just relax on science for 3 more months.
Yeah, let's give it a little time. Boomy, anything post-show?
Man, it's just been, I don't know about you, Zach. It's been great for the old mental health lately, getting sports back the way we have. We went so long for it. And, we tried to come up with ways. We were on Twitch. We were doing God knows what. But it feels just really great, mentally to have it back. And it's not even like it people look at it and say, people are obsessed with sports. And like, that's true. But like everybody has a thing that they like and that consumes their time. And for us, it's sports. And,
we played video games for about a month.
Dude, and we would play them for like 8 hours a night. It got a little out of hand, but
what else was there to do? There was no
exactly.
sports.
But it's been, I just kind of stepped back today when I was looking at different bets to put in. I'm like, man, it just feels like a sense of normalcy to have the NBA going on, the NHL, the NFL. Like it never happens like this. And like you and Matt has said from the beginning, back when we started doing shows again in June, that like we're going to be rewarded at some point. And obviously it's been great to have all these other sports back, but now we literally have like every sport back, like every sport.
The Major League Baseball playoffs only a few weeks away. We're going to have a bunch of coverage with that, with the Sox and the Cubs. I mean, the TCF morning show, we got a lot of shit to talk about here over the next few months. You know what I mean? Like, it's fun. And guess what? We people always say, oh, why do you watch sports so much? I love watching sports, but also, hey, we got a show to do.
Yeah, it definitely gives us a little added bonus, I pay a little bit closer attention. Definitely. And it is, and you boil it down, it's a form of escapism, but it's a good way to get away.
Either way, so might as well talk about it afterwards.
Amen. But it's been awesome to kind of look back and be like, dude, I pulled up my the Score app, and like when the league has games going on, it's lit up in green, and like just the whole first page of it I had was like green, 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 nothing, green, green, green. I'm like, this is great. And then we got the PGA this weekend. There's just gonna be so much going on, man. It's just brings a smile to my face.
It is a great time to be a fan of sports. But thank you to Boomy at Boomy TCF for joining me tonight. Maddie will be back tomorrow. I am Zach Lilia at Z Lilia TCF. The main page is at typical_Chicago. Instagram, Facebook, go over there. And you can follow us on those all social medias. Just type in typical Chicago fans. Go over to YouTube. Follow the Typical Chicago Fans YouTube page. All the morning shows, podcasts, food reviews, all go on there. Wherever you get your podcast from, just type in Typical Chicago Fans. You will find us on there. If it's Apple, please subscribe, rate, review. If it's Spotify, give us a follow. Anything else, you can just type it in. You will find us on there. Shout out to 26shirts.com Chicago. Go over there and use the promo code 26. No. Don't. You know what? Type in 26shirts.com and use the promo code Typical Chicago Fans. And you get 15% off of your purchase. Again, that is Typical Chicago Fans at checkout for 15% off of your purchase. They got shirts, hats, flags. So make sure you go check them out. Everything they do is for a good cause. So shout out to 26shirts.com Chicago. Follow them on all social medias. Anything else, Boomy?
Hey, let's have a great week.
Let us have a great Tuesday. This has been the TCF Morning Show, Tuesday, September 15th. We love you all.
Peace.